So, good evening, YouTube. Good evening. Hopefully, you're all having a wonderful evening. It's a nice sunny evening. Feels like summer. Summer's on its way. Hopefully, we'll all be allowed out soon to go and enjoy some of it. But if you haven't checked out my videos from earlier on today, please do go back and check them out. Do follow the socials if you haven't. One of the videos I did earlier was about the Bundesliga coming back. Um, their their league is going to return in the next couple of weeks. Behind closed doors, they're obviously on lockdown at the moment, and mass gatherings or big groups are not allowed to take place until at least the 24th of October. But they are going to bring their Bundesliga football for Bundesliga 1 and 2 back in the next couple of weeks, which has raised a few eyebrows from some people. But to me personally, I'm looking at that thinking, boy, the Premier League is going to come back real soon, because I'm in an R as to whether it was going to come back, whether it wasn't going to come back. And one day I think it is, the next day I think it isn't. But now the German league's back, the Turkish league is back as well, and I think the Czech league as well, or the Croatian league, one of the two, that's back again as well. So that kind of gives me some little glimmer of hope that the Premier League is going to come back. But go and check that video out if you haven't. Do subscribe to the socials, like I said. Subscribe to the gaming channel. I'm going to go on that in a short while, and I'm going to complete my season on that with the worst team on the game, UCD Dublin. And we're in the last 16 of the Europa League with that team. I got Chelsea. In that. So, yeah, come join me. We've just won the cup. We're well clear on the top of the table, and we're in the Europa League. So come and check that out. But I want to speak about Mkhitaryan. Now, Henrik Mkhitaryan, as we know, left Borussia Dortmund, which at the time everyone was buzzing about. Everyone was like, oh, we want Mickey. Get Mickey at Arsenal. Get Mickey at Arsenal. Every club in Europe probably wanted Mkhitaryan, if we're being honest. The guy's stats were just out of this world for Dortmund. I mean, he was getting involved in like 40-odd goals that season from the right wing. He then went to Man United. Didn't really work out great for them or for him, although he did win a Europa League. He scored in the final as well. But he then was part of the Alexis swap deal, which still kills me to say. It's just like, come on, man, we swapped Alexis for this guy, you know. His debut, hat-trick of assists, one for Aubameyang. We're all buzzing. We're all going, yes, we've got that guy. And then he went on loan, and he's been poor. Now, he is quoted by Corriere dello Sport in Italy as saying, my time in London is over. I hope you can find an agreement with Roma, because my desire is to stay. Now, that's big words from Mkhitaryan. Big words from Mkhitaryan. He doesn't want to come back. I think he's making that quite clear that he doesn't want to come back. Roma want to sign him. I think they've made that quite clear. We put a price tag on him about a month ago of about 22, 23 million quid. I remember I did a stream about it about a month or so ago, 6 weeks maybe, 20, 23 million, something like that. They wanted to pay less than that. Reports at the moment suggest they want to pay as little as £10 million. Now, let's not forget here, he is going down to the last year of his contract come the summer. And if we sign him to a new contract, then we have to give him a pay rise, which puts him on £250,000 a week, which is just absurd. Like, the guy, how his agent, Mino Raiola, has got him that deal is beyond me. I have no idea how he done that. It's a fair play. I'm sure we'd all do the same. But he ain't going to go for 23 million quid. They're not going to pay it. It'll go for more than 10 million, in my opinion, because they want the player. We want to get rid of the player. The player wants to leave. I think it'll be around 10, 12, 13 million quid maybe. Now, the latest report before I started doing this video was that they want us to subsidize some of the fee because they're going to keep him on the same salary. So when we're saying we want 15, 18 million for him, whatever it may be now, they're saying, okay, cool, we'll pay you 8 million, but you subsidize the first year's wages, for example, which brings it down, 10 million, and brings it down to about 8 million. I swear to God, do you know what? It's getting to the point with this guy, right, where I just think, just get rid of him. even if we get rid of him for 5 million, just get him off the wages, just get him out the club. He doesn't want to come back. He's played all right for Roma, to be fair. He's actually done pretty well since he's been out there. But, you know, we're never going to get 20 million quid for a player going down to the last year of his contract, especially when he is already on loan at that football club and his desire is to stay. And they want to keep him. They came out the other day and said, look, hopefully we can do some kind of deal. We want to keep him at the club. So we've got a bit of a conundrum, a bit of a dilemma. What do? Do we take a massive hit on it? Because let's be real here. We swapped him for Alexis. Okay. Even though Alexis was valued at £60 million by Man City and we rejected it, 6 months later, we then swapped him for Mkhitaryan. So we've essentially swapped a 50 million, £60 million player for Henrik Mkhitaryan. So whatever we get out of this transfer deal is basically a kickback for Alexis. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, boy, we got a player that weren't ever good to lace his boots. Yeah. So whatever we can get for Mickey is Alexis kickback, basically. If we can get 10 million quid for him, for me, that's not enough, but I'd accept it just to get him out the club. It's not so much the it's not so much the transfer fee. It's the salary. The guy's reportedly on 200 grand a week. That is 10 million a year. So if we reject 10 million, we've still got to then pay him 10 million to stay. It makes no financial sense to reject 10 million. It just means that we don't pay him that 10 million pounds in wages and we get 10 million back. So essentially it's a 20 million deal. If you look at it like that, we get 10 million plus we save not paying 10 million to him for the next 12 months. Just take the money. Just take the money. Yeah, because there's a lot of players at this football club, and I've named them over the years. I've named them in the last couple of weeks that I would happily just go, cool, just terminate the contract, mate. Yeah, if we can get actual money for Mkhitaryan and he leaves and he stays at Roma, I'll be over the moon, because that's 200 grand a week off the wage bill, which is 10 million a year, obviously. Over the next 3 years, that 10 million could then be invested into something else. That could be invested, that extra 10 million that we've saved, and the 10 million we're going to get could go into securing Aubameyang, to securing Bukayo Saka, players of that ilk, players that are decent players that are doing good at Arsenal, rather than somebody who's not really done it and now is kicking up a fuss and crying in the media that he wants to leave. Well, cool. Blame your agent, mate. Yeah, blame your agent. Your agent put you into Arsenal, the same as your agent put you into Man United. I get why he went to United. I get that. But he came to Arsenal because his agent basically said, right, they're getting Alexis, mate. You're going. I think it'd be a great move for you. And his agent talked him into it. Mkhitaryan didn't want to come and play for Arsenal. Let's have that right. Yeah, he hasn't looked like he's wanted to be here since he got here and since that first game. But I don't know. I just think that this will get done. It's going to take a while. It will get done. How long it takes, we don't know. But I do think he will leave, and I do think he'll end up going to Roma. So how much can we get for him? Leave all of that in the comment section down below. Do you think we'll get more than 10 million quid for Mkhitaryan? Do you think he wanted to play for Arsenal? Leave that in the comment section down below as well. And also, don't forget, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. I've spelt Mkhitaryan's name wrong. I've just seen it on the banner. Oh, I should proof check these before I do them. But yeah, back tomorrow morning on time. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're on level 3 of my memberships, you get a member stream tomorrow night. So hit join just there and come and join in on that. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, stick a thumbs up on the video, share the content around. That always helps. And also, make sure you subscribe to the gaming channel. I am going to go live on that real quick. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll see you all later, peeps. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.